I didn't recognize myself. I did not even know who I had become. I had always strived to live a perfect life, and I wasn't there anymore. I was so far from it. But I'd never been perfect. I had never been able to accept myself. So through using that was my escape. I went to jail several times. The longest time I was incarcerated was 6 months, which was after my son was born. I left him at 4 months old, and I had to go to jail because of the choices I had made and the reckless life I had chose to live. And so I did not see him for 6 months. And I was released and saw him the very next day. He didn't recognize me when I went to see him at my visit. I had to continue using in my mind, because how could you be a mother and not, your own child doesn't recognize you? I learned about Freedom House through my son's foster parents. I had lost custody, I was in jail, and I had reached out to my social worker that I needed to find a substance abuse treatment. And my son's foster parents used to volunteer for Freedom House. So I was able to see the connection in that. I would have never learned about Freedom House, I would have never came if I would not have lost custody of my son. And that's just an example of God working what I thought were all these terrible circumstances. He worked them all out for my good. Freedom House is different than any other types of treatment facility that I have been to because of the acceptance as soon as you come in the doors. They don't ostracize you. They don't treat you how you believe you should be treated. You believe that you're this low-life addict that doesn't deserve love, that doesn't deserve a second chance. Even your children, you think, deserve a better life than to be with you. So they tell you and they show you that that's not true. First, I really learned I had to accept that God loved me. He loved me through all the mistakes I had made. I had made so many. And even when I was not walking closely with Him, He had my life already ordained and planned out, which Freedom House taught me. Having complete strangers not judge you and accept you from your past allowed me to have pride in myself and to believe that I could overcome this addiction, that I was not always going to live on the bottom. I wasn't always going to be homeless. I would not always be a criminal. So I could let go of my fears, my anxieties. I could be the real Anna. Freedom House is drastically different than other facilities because you have accountability. There is staff that is knowledgeable about your disease of addiction. They are understanding, they have compassion. It's not just a quick fix. You really begin to learn who you are in Christ. My experience at Freedom House was life-changing, to say the least. Within a couple weeks, within a month, within a couple months, I was able to see my son for a couple hours a week, and it progressed from supervised visits for 1 hour a week until I had him on the weekends, and then several months after that, I was able to legally have custody back. It was unbelievable. It was the best day of my life to date. I took Braxton for the first time to the nursery at church, and that was the biggest deal for me, just to walk my son into the nursery and feel like a mother. That was the first time that I felt like a mom ever, and he was 1.5 at this point, and I'd never believed I was a mom. So dropping him off in the nursery, picking him back up, having pride in my son and myself it was huge. I laugh with him, I play with him. I'm able to enjoy his personality, to learn who he is, what he likes, to raise him in a stable home with structure and security gives me so much joy in knowing that he'll grow up and he'll feel safe. If anyone would even consider coming to Freedom House, I would beg you to come, to give yourself a chance, to give your child a chance. Your child deserves it, and you do as well. It will be hard, it won't be easy. It will probably be one of the hardest steps you ever make. But I can promise you from my experience that it will be more rewarding than you think possible. More blessings and more miracles will happen in your life than you even could make up or dream of happening. And you will change the entire future of your life, your child's future. It will change the whole direction of where you're going. To be a part of Freedom House means that you will watch miracles happen daily, and the joy of seeing what you're giving back is undescribable.